y'all, it has been forever since I made a video. Like months, for real months. Like I'm pretty sure one of the last videos I made was before school even started. And here it is, March 2nd, and I am like back. Well, we'll see. So I have put off making this update for, well, lots of months, obviously, but it's just so busy. Life as a mom of 4, and 2 of which who play full-time sports, and then I've got work, and it's just insane. But I did want to update about how school's going for Peyton this year, and just life in general. So yes, I know I'm driving, but if I've got a hand on the wheel, and I'm not even looking at you guys any more than I would as if you were sitting in my passenger seat. So, you know, comment what you want. No one's in the car, it's just me. It's fine. So let's just start with school, because that is the biggest, well, it's really a non-issue actually. So this year, Peyton got a teacher who specifically requested him to be in her class, and I just thought that is amazing. So I was feeling really good about this year, and it has been nothing short of amazing. Like, I literally could not ask for something better, and I'm actually really nervous to go into next year, because this teacher has been just insanely fantastic. She goes out of her way, literally out of her way, to make sure that my child feels comfortable. And an example of that is, so with transgender kids, the biggest issue just at school really is the bathrooms, and several of them, it's not uncommon for them to just hold it so they don't have to go at all. And then you've got my kiddo, who also deals with severe anxiety. So add that on top of already being transgender, and you've got quite the dilemma at school with no adults that you know or trust except for your teachers. So it's super important that we have a good teacher. So at school, Peyton uses the bathroom that's in the middle of the gender segregated bathrooms, and it is a private stall. It's what you would call a family bathroom. Typically only teachers are allowed to use that. However, since last year, Peyton can use it, and this year all kids can use it if they want to. So that has been something that has really helped, because he just didn't want to be singled out. So she went out of her way to make that possible, and that was an amazing thing that she did, a step in the right direction. So the problem is that Peyton has a list of people he trusts about this big, and so when another teacher has recess duty or PE duty or picks him up after lunch and they stop at the bathrooms, he just wouldn't go. He won't go, because even though he's allowed to use that bathroom, he just doesn't want to risk anybody questioning him at all. Like, he just will not speak. He won't say a word. He will just freeze like a deer in headlights and not say a thing. So when he gets back to the classroom, his teacher knows to like stop what she's doing and say, hey, Peyton, go ahead and go to the bathroom now that we're back in the classroom. Because if she didn't stop him and say, hey, go ahead and go back, go to the bathroom now that we're all back in the classroom, she knows that he just wouldn't go, and then he'd hold it too long, and then he'd end up, having an accident later in the day. And it's so stressful for that poor baby, and it's not necessary. It's not necessary to have to be like that. So she has done that and gone out of her way to do that for us. And, because we don't have bathroom issues at home at all, ever. I mean, the kid's almost 7. There's no way. We don't have that issue at all. And so we knew that it was just a school thing. And then eventually, through therapy and through talking to him and him talking to his therapist, we found out that it was just another teacher thing, a stranger teacher, if you will. And by stranger, I just mean somebody he doesn't know. Not that they're strange. And on that note, every teacher in the kindergarten and first grade hallway know that every kid can use that bathroom. It's not a big deal, but he's just terrified because what if? I mean, if you've ever seen the movie Inside Out, fear is Peyton. That's exactly his emotion 90% of the day. He's terrified of everything. So that's really a huge issue that we work on in therapy with his therapist. It's not even really, being transgender is not really our issue anymore. It is just his overwhelming anxiety. So that's really that with Peyton. Carson is doing awesome. He's 9 years old now. He turned 9 in December, and he is amazing, and he's super smart, and he's really funny. He loves to make people laugh. He takes amazing care of his little brothers and sister. He has so much patience for them. He also loves video games. He loves to record and make things for YouTube. He has been begging me for a channel of his own. He likes to do like stunts and of course safely. He got a GoPro for his birthday. He saved up all his birthday money and bought a GoPro, so he loves doing things like that. He loves to do the different challenges, so he does a little of that, and it's cute. There's lots of YouTube videos on his iPad, but several of them don't ever get uploaded because, well, I know how YouTube works, and I just don't want, too much too soon, so, what else is going on with him? He loves roller coaster rides. We went to Magic Mountain in November, and we flew to California for my brother's graduation from boot camp from Marines, and so we went to Magic Mountain while we were over there, and man, we had the best time. It was so fun, so amazing. And so that's all the kids could talk about. Most kids talk about Disneyland and wanting to go to Disneyland. My kids want to go back to Magic Mountain. There's just so many coasters there, more than what we have here in Texas. And they just cannot wait to get back. There's lots of high thrill rides, and that's what Carson's after. Carson and I really love the high thrill rides, so we want to make it down to San Antonio this summer. Our season passes work everywhere at every Six Flags, and so I'd love to just take him out of school and go on a U.S. trip to all the Six Flags, but that's ridiculous, especially when I work on call. So what else did we do? So that was awesome when we went to San Diego. December he turned 9. January, what did we do in January? Nothing really. I have been to see Jenny twice now within the last 2 months, that's usually quick. It's usually about 3 to 6 months before we really meet up and see each other, but it just so happened it worked out, and I went to see her, and that was amazing for her birthday, and then just to hang out. And it was the first trip I've taken with no kids. The one in December was, and I can't even tell you how amazing that felt to get away just with no kids. Flying by yourself is wow, there's no one to deal with but yourself. No one has to go to the bathroom but you. No one needs anything but you. I have not been without my kids in 10 years for that long a period of time. That is wild. Carson's 9, so 9 years, but still, that's just insane. But also, big news, in January, it was probably around Christmas time, Bowen weaned. So for the first time in 10 years, I am no longer nursing, pregnant, or both. Seriously. Since March 2006, I've either been pregnant or breastfeeding, or both of those things at the same time. And to not have any of that is sweet freedom. I can't even tell you. I am so glad that I was able to, have that experience and breastfeed my kids. But to be done, You guys know what a rough pregnancy I had the last 2 times, and just emotionally what kind of toll that took on me. And to just be done with that all is like a weight lifted off. I'm so glad to be able to form new connections and new bonds with them in a different way, instead of being demanded to, pull up my shirt and feed a kid. So, on that note, Violet and Bowen are the exact same child. Very feisty, very high demand, very loud, very much go, active, loud, demanding children. There's no better way to put it. And they are definitely the light of our family. They set the tone for the mood in our house. They require the most out of everyone. But I guess Violet kind of set us up for that, so we're kind of used to it for Bowen. But it's definitely a process. So, what else? I'm trying to think of. So Bowen's weaned. He's also sleeping better. Violet sleeps in her own room now all night, probably 90% of the time. She occasionally will come in to our room and finish the night out there, usually after Rusty's left for work. So sometime in the 5-6 o'clock hour, she'll come in. And Bowen sleeps so much better now that he is weaned, and so I'm super thankful for that. So we're all getting sleep, and it's just really nice. I feel like we're on to the next chapter. I feel like we are able to do things without such a tiny little baby. I'm so glad that I was able to experience that several times over with the kids. I often say I felt like a revolving door. It was like, get a kid to where they're almost 2 years old and get a little independence, and then bam, I'd be pregnant again. And then get the next kid to where they're same age, almost 2, a little bit older, bam, pregnant again. Like, I have never made it past a kid's 2nd birthday without being pregnant. I got pregnant on Violet's 2nd birthday. And so I'm really looking forward to hitting that milestone and moving past it. So yeah, we had to get a minivan, y'all. We had to get a minivan because just our Expedition, it was older, and I love the room that it had. We just, it was paid off. So getting a new one, it just made sense to, keep it chill with the payment and not get like an astronomical payment that you're going to have to be making every month. And so we went with the minivan. Yikes. It took me a long time mentally to warm up to it, especially, like, even though I was driving it every day and thankful for it, I still just, it was not my thing. I never imagined to be driving a minivan. Yes, they're nice. Yes, the room is great. Yes, they're, completely functional, and they make tons of sense. It just wasn't me. It's just, I don't feel like the cool mom in the minivan. But, it is what it is, and I don't care, and my husband loves it, and I'm getting used to it. I'm warming up to the idea. It's nice to be able to have the sliding doors and the automatic, everything, and if the kids forget a door, I can just hit a button right here above my head, and it shuts, and I don't have to get out, and it really is functional and flawless, and so it's nice to have that. But I really think that's about it, guys. Of course, if your questions spark up another video, I will update. But really, I think I'm just going to start doing like several little days in the life so you can kind of see our day to day. I mean, as my parenting evolves and my kids get older, there's not really much to update on. So we're kind of moving into a new chapter. So you'll see the kids more and Rusty more, and I think that we'll just start doing quick little days in the life clip, and that will be sort of my new thing. But anyway, I will talk to you guys again soon, I promise, and we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.